Last video of today, language, page 162 is what we'll be covering today. We're going to be talking about conjunctions, and we've talked about these a little bit in our sentences where we've added two sentences, put a comma, and, but, or. So we're going to talk a little bit more about those today. But before we get into that, I have a sentence strip for you. Wow, long sentence, huh? Adjectives and the other side will be adverbs, but adjectives really add a lot of description to our sentences. So let's look. As the moon rose, its silver light covered the downy owlets in a soft blanket of sleep. Very peaceful sentence. Sounds like a sentence out of a book. Lots of detail. So let's look at our adjectives and nouns together. You have light and silver. Light, silver light. Owlets, downy, describing owlets. And then blanket, what would describe blanket? Soft, that's correct. Soft blanket. And you could leave the adjectives out and the sentence would still make sense. As the moon rose, its light covered the owlets in a blanket of sleep. So adjectives, just adding more detail there. On this side, we have what we want to pick out our adverb. Adverb being a word that describes our verb. Proudly, Peter stood to his feet and saluted the flag as the band played the Star-Spangled Banner. Okay? So let's look. What would be my verb? We have two, right? Stood, saluted. Now, what is my adverb describing stood, saluted? Usually ends in ly. Proudly. That's right, because we could leave proudly off and just say Peter stood to his feet. So proudly there would be our adverb. Good job with that. So let's go ahead now and let's look at our page for today. Page 162. If you look at the top of the page, it's a look closely. A conjunction. A conjunction is a word used to join words or groups of words in a sentence. And, but, or. Let's look at the examples. Bananas and oranges are fruits. The nervous lion paced and growled. My baby sister cries or yawns when she is tired. And the last sentence, I raked the yard, but more leaves fell. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, when I was young, a little girl, I don't know, you can ask your parents about this, but there used to be this show come on, and it was called Schoolhouse Rock. And it was just a little cartoon in the afternoons after school, and it would take different things that you were talking about in school, and it would make little songs and things to help you learn. And I honestly have to tell you that conjunctions was one of the first little videos that I remember from Schoolhouse Rock. And the video was Conjunction Junction, What's Your Function? And what it wanted to do was it wanted to tell you what the conjunctions and, but, or did. And so I pulled a little bit from that video to tell you a little bit about it today. And on the video, they have conjunctions set up like boxcars on a train because they say it hooks pieces of a sentence together on the video. So if your parents give you permission and you would like to look that up sometime, it's just a cute little video. Again, you know, I'm older now, but I can still remember that song in my head. And some of you, your parents may as also. So let's look. Conjunctions. We have and, but, or. And is an additive. You have this and that. But, opposites. Not this, but that. Or is a choice. This or that. So again, additive, this and that, but opposites, not this, but that, and or a choice, this or that. So with that in mind, let's look at our examples for today, our exercises. Let's look at Think A. Circle the conjunction in each sentence. Alex and Andrea are twins. What is our conjunction there? And. This and that. Yep. We memorized Psalm 100 and said it for our parents. What is our conjunction? And. Number 3, you may use a pencil or you may use a pen. What is our conjunction there? Or. That's right. You have a choice, a pencil or a pen. So you'll circle or in number 3. Number 4, the sun is shining, but it is still cold. What is our conjunction there? But. That's correct. Those are opposites, not this, but that. The sun is shining, but it is still cold. Those are opposites. Number 5, Grandma and I are baking bread today. What is our conjunction there? And. It's connecting Grandma and I. Both of you are. All right, let's look at Think B. Choose the best conjunction from the box to complete each sentence. Now, this is where this will really come in handy for you. Is it both, this and that, opposite, not this but that, or a choice, this or that? So let's look at number 1. When you look at the night sky, you might see both stars and planets. That is correct. And. You're going to see stars, and we're going to add some planets also. So number 1 is and. Number 2, the planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars all have rocky surfaces. And here, again, number 2 would be and. It's not an opposite, it's not a choice. They're all added together. This group includes all of these. So number 2 would be and. Number 3, Venus is called the morning star, blank, it is not really a star. But, correct, because it's not this, but that. So number 3 would be but. Number 4, it takes Venus 225 days to orbit the sun. Blank, it takes the Earth 365 days to orbit the sun. That's correct there. You would need the conjunction but there again, because they're not both doing the same thing, and it's not a choice. They're opposites. One takes this amount of time, but the other one takes this amount of time. One is less and one is more. Number 5, you can use just your eyes to look at Venus. Blank, you might use a telescope to see it clearer. Is it you're adding something, it's opposites, or you have a choice? You have a choice there. So number 5, you should write in or. You can use just your eyes to look at Venus, or you might use a telescope to see it clearer. You can choose to look at it with your eyes or a telescope. Number 6, the night sky is full of beautiful stars. You may have to find a dark place to see them better. You would use the opposites there because you have the night sky, it's dark, but, right, you may have to find a dark place to see them better. That's correct. Number 7, Scientists often work in an observatory to observe blank, study the planets, blank stars. Scientists often work in an observatory to observe and study, correct, because they're doing both things, observing and study the planets and stars. It's both. You're adding them both to your study, and you're both observing and studying. So both of those blanks there would be and. And lastly, number 8, King David said, "The heavens declare the glory of God, blank, the firmament showeth his handiwork." Are we adding two things together here? Are we saying it's this and this? Are they opposites? Or do you have a choice? Yes, it's both things. So King David said, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." Psalm 19:1. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that little study there of conjunctions. Tomorrow, we are going to work with diagramming those, and you guys already know where they go on that little diagram, that little dotted line. We've kind of talked about that before in class. So if you have any questions about conjunctions, just have someone let me know. But they're 3 different words for 3 different uses. All right. Are you connecting? Are you choosing? Or are they opposites? All right. So that's our final video for today. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please let me know. I hope you have a fantastic day today, and you are ready to get into our, if you're watching this early enough, you have lunch with us today. I hope you're able to do that, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.